Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Supreme Ruler Ultimate. That's what we're playing, right? With me, Commissar Roach, and all of these gentlemen here, Benjamin Magnus, Bundeswehr Bob, and Mordred Viking.
All right, Commish.
Yeah.
Go for yourself. Sorry, I was just helping you out there, Roach.
We got your back.
I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. So, if I remember correctly, I was just about to finish some construction.
Of what?
Hydroelectric dam.
Oh, really? That's impressive.
I still got the
you're
issue.
Being condescending. I'm not sure why.
I think he is too, but I'm okay with it. And
German arms have been shipped over there to Poland, so.
Well, you gave me all the old stuff.
90s equipment, not that old.
That's true. I mean, I started with like 70s equipment, so. Oh, and supply bases. Right at the end of the last session, Bob told me that supply matters, apparently. So I was building a lot of those.
Yeah.
Wait, at the end of the last episode. Wait a minute.
That's a way in.
I've been saying that for like what are we on? 25 now?
Well, you know, I knew that you told me that supplies mattered for like the military stuff like that. I didn't know that the supply situation. I thought that only applied to like getting you know like bullets and beans and bombs to the front. I didn't realize that it was also getting stuff to the factories like behind the lines.
Oh yeah, Ben's just throwing his goods just like right outside the commissar unit.
Yeah,
the commissary. Now you're putting it in a warehouse. Those heathens.
Yeah, because I had an issue with industrial goods. I was like, why is my production not all the way up? And you were like, hey, can they get the steel to the factory? No? Well, there's your problem.
Where did I send you guys? Oh, right. I was going to do a great push from the north of Sweden. God. I mean, you sound like a robot.
Yeah. And Bob, you have once or twice as well.
Maybe streaming at the same time, Ben, just isn't... With this game, isn't viable.
It worked perfectly fine before.
Well, I mean, you've always sounded like a robot. And never mind.
This is the part where you tell me you have an airfield up here, Sweden.
Okay, now it's working. Okay, it's working now. Oh, viewers went down to 0, so something messed up. Yeah, something must have messed up on my stream. I hope Russia doesn't attack me. More. Attack me more. Although I'm really enjoying the cannon fodder they're sending my way.
What, with the jets and stuff that keep flying to the line?
Merchant Marines.
Oh.
I'll send my
the
Navy
jets I
support
damage
for you in a minute.
Yeah, the jets I manage to damage, but I usually don't end up manage to shoot them down. The Merchant Marine, there's a lot of... I mean, the beaches must be clogged with Russian corpses by now.
Anymore.
I don't recall him leveling towns, though.
Yeah, he didn't. That was a straight-up military engagement.
Is this a continuation of the YouTube series? Yes, it is.
But way in the future.
Yeah. Just
we're
future times.
Way ahead on episodes.
This would theoretically be episode 24.
Yes, and 7 have aired.
I have no infantry up here. Where's my infantry? Where is the German infantry? Actually, there's some helicopters up there.
Yes.
Do I
Hydropower.
have infantry anymore? I've got like several games going on. I don't even know where I am right now.
Who are you?
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah, here we go. Here's some infantry. Yeah, all of you come over here. You all live over here now. And then recon. So what we're going to do is we're going to poke the Russians up here in the north next to Sweden. And the theory is that if they bring their units up here, they'll all get stranded in this no supply area. And then we'll shell them mercilessly.
Oh, theater
that.
controls. I don't know what that is.
You should ask Mordred how that stuff works.
What are theater controls?
Not good. That's what they are. Basically, it's a way of kind of fine-tuning where your armies are deployed to, but there's no actual way of assigning units to theaters or battle zones, so they're kind of pointless.
Oh man, I was watching him play Italy, and he was just getting so frustrated, trying to figure it out, and losing his army to Ethiopia.
Yeah, I legit lost to Ethiopia.
Oh,
You know what I just found out, like, 3 or 4 days ago, is that there are other research tabs above, at the top where you could actually research new types of units. Didn't know that was a thing.
oh wow.
This is the first episode we've recorded where I knew that was something that you could do.
Poles haven't had new unit designs in like 2 years.
I just rely on everybody to give them to me.
Yeah, the only new design I have is the Belarus ship. And you were saying they're not very good, Bob. They're actually very good at shooting planes down. That's kind of speciality.
Well, I always look at their like operational range in comparison to their strength, because I like to be able to like keep problems away from my shores is what I like to do. Plus, given the propensity for like missiles and stuff to be like a thing in this, I tend to err on the side of, can it hold a lot of missiles and can it go really far?
Is there a stat for shooting missiles down?
Well, that would just be your AA.
So missiles are either close, medium, or high?
I think that they're all mid, save for like some of the earlier ones. Well, ICBMs are high targets. Everything I think that we're shooting today are mid-air. And then I think some of the earlier ones count as close targets.
Okay. We have Russians
It's time for Russia to build a new... Time for Poland, not Russia, to build a new research center. So I can have more than 2.
That's all.
I'm having an identity crisis. I don't know who I am.
Man.
Who am I?
You see, since we're on the Swedish side of the border, the Russians won't come over here.
They can just get pounded by our ships.
Oh,
Marvelous.
right, I forgot. You were marching up this way.
And the Swedish
thumbing your nose
and
at
the
them.
Swedish Air Force is all sorts to deploy like at the border, be like, all right, Russians.
Come at me, bro. Although I really don't want them to come at me because
You only see one more country between you and oblivion.
Yeah. I don't know how well the Magnus O line is. I don't know how well it's going to do.
Probably not well.
It's considering it's mostly like one tank and then some like 37mm anti-aircraft guns and then missiles that Bob sold me. That, I mean, I understand what they are. I don't understand how they work. He just told me to hit this button and then it goes pew, so.
Trying to train soldiers in Afghanistan or something.
You ever seen that video of like those Afghan like internal security forces doing exercises?
No.
They're told to do jumping jacks, and they're all not one of them knows how to do a jumping jack correctly.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Oh, man.
Specifically, actually.
Yeah. One guy's just standing still with like waving his arms up in the air, and another one, like the other one's like one guy's like kind of got it, but the legs and the arms are off like synchronization. Like it's weird.
So Bob, are you just like artillerying Russian like columns as they go by?
I am. There's shit that they can do about it.
Because I'm watching this right now, and I'm like, it sure just seems like he's firing shells over the border right now.
That's exactly what's going on. The Russians can't do anything about it because they're not at war with Sweden. Pew, 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 pew.
So you just whittle them down, I guess?
I am. It's beautiful.
Construction begun. I'm more interested in construction complete. Oh, who built what over here? Oh, coal power plant.
I have no idea what I was building. Let's have a look around.
I still have the issue of shithead Magoo constantly spamming expensive military units.
Your minister, that's an open rebellion.
Yeah.
Ben, where's the nearest?
There's gotta be a
where's
way.
the nearest airport to your defensive line?
It's gotta
Me?
be Kaliningrad, I think. Richard
Hey.
Casey.
I said Ben, so
I thought I heard Ben, then Bob started talking, so I thought maybe
Okay,
I was
well, fuck
wrong.
both of you then.
Closest to the Russian border,
yeah, just your line.
Kaliningrad. There's one a couple hexes off.
What's the range on your Warsaw ship? This is-
214 kilometers.
Okay, that's pretty impressive.
Actually, well, there's no Warsaws up there. My Warsaws are...
Because they're pounding an infantryman 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hexes away. At least I suspect it's them.
Do I even have any Warsaws deployed anywhere?
They're around Öland. Island.
Oh, yeah, those guys. There they are.
I wonder if I can do the. Let's see. You want to drive some artillery to the border? Let's see what happens.
Yes, they have a range on like ground units of 107 kilometers. They can shoot at aircraft 184 kilometers away, and then subs 124 and surface ships 107.
Wow. My highest is 30
Yes,
something.
I have. Wow.
Okay, I need to try and find some ships that can shoot further. Here's my takeaway from that.
I assume there are penalties for assaulting across a river? Oh, yeah, definitely. You can mitigate it with, like, engineers and specialized, like, river crossing battalions and
All
stuff
right,
like
let's see if we
that.
can make this cutoff work here.
How have you got 100 range? None of these ships have more than 18.
That's the Warsaw class, man.
Apparently so.
Yeah, pulls for the win. I mean, it's German, but, you know.
Already using the longest range ships that I can get.
Someone just asked if ISIS was touching me. No, ISIS is not touching me just yet.
I think they've only got one more country to go to.
Yeah. The jaws are closing in. But I almost figured out what the internet is.
Yay.
Oh, they're hitting my artillery pieces. Retreat! Or, here, everybody just go hang out there. And anti-air guns. Pew pew! Plan is to garrison the southern bank of that river in Lithuania when the Russians finally get around to invading. No, I'm sitting on the Magnus line.
Okay, we're gonna see
That's why
if we
it's
can air
here.
patrol all the way up here to this northern border and launch some missiles. If we can, great. If we can't, then oh well. Yeah,
I wish
pew,
there was a
pew,
way
pew,
to
pew.
tell.
Yeah.
all the pew. So, you have not ideal supplies? Might want to make a new Magnus line in preparation then. If ISIS... they cost money.
Yes, Ben. Plan for failure.
Because I can't just fortify every single hex on the map. It costs money to build stuff and maintain it. I'm like precarious as is. So my military
Run away, Ruskies.
production of 0. Why is it at 0?
Of what?
Military goods.
Check and make sure that your is it set to 100% of capacity or 100% of demand?
Military good. Well, where is that?
Second tab or a second little button. You know, the factory with cogwheel.
Oh, yeah. There, that's a button. Oh, that'll help.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What they
it's set to
do-
100% of demand.
Yeah, well, the reason they do that is because the price to produce it is higher than the price that it goes on the market. So it limits how much you're wasting by creating basically useless
Gotcha.
materials.
So I'll put this to 100% of capacity and just start cranking that shit out.
And make sure you lock it as well so that they don't mess with
Oh,
it.
son of a bitch, I hate that guy. That guy is a son of a
again.
bitch. Oh, people are leaving Poland. That's not good.
They heard there's more jobs in Germany in the French fields.
So someone's got to build the
overseers.
irrigation system. All right, so 100% of capacity. Yeah, so it looks like most of them are set to 100% of capacity,
Yeah, usually.
except for glow rocks. I don't know what those are.
Well, the thing about the capacity and demand thing is, again, if you're building things or if you're producing materials that sell for less than it costs to produce them, then when they try and sell them, because if you have too much of a stockpile and you're not locking them out from selling the stockpile, you're essentially just losing money on the deal. So unless it's like 100% necessary for like a build-up, then it's usually all right to just do demand. Because once you start producing more or requiring more, it'll step up the production so that you're producing all of your, what you need.
Like industrial, the issue is industrial goods, and it's cheaper to make them domestically than it is to buy them. And it was, not produced. So now I have it set it to not sell the excess production and just to stockpile it, because that's something I could definitely use a stockpile of, because like a hydroelectric dam is like 160,000 industrial units of stuff. Industrial noodles. All right, I think that's better.
All right, as per our agreement, when I asked for all of that technology, I am now sending the first of Italian troops to the Baltic.
To the Polish border. I think I'm figuring some things out.
May they stand there and continually eat bleak row.
I'm sending 2 aircraft carriers, 2 capital ships, and 10 escorts.
May they all stand there and eat bleak row.
Okay. So I don't have a need of military goods, so I'm going to take those factories offline, I think.
If they're not producing anything, if you put them 100% demand, then they're not really costing. They're costing you a pittance. It's usually good just to keep them online and keep them on demand, because when you do need them, they'll be able to step up production immediately.
So what happens if you put it to... So if you set it to, like... Because the slider goes in the middle. If you set it to 200% of demand, it'll just make double what you need and stockpile the rest.
Sell the rest.
Theoretically. If I'm not setting it to sell the surplus.
If you're setting it to not sell anything, then you will stockpile it.
Yeah.
I mean, you need to lock it in order for those settings to save. Keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm. All right, so consumer goods, yeah, just keep cranking on those. All right, power. I'm making some power now.
Yeah, flee before me.
Wait, are you doing things now, or are you just still shooting them across the border? Are the
I'm-
Dutch out of debt yet?
I'm fighting in the tundra up here.
And Portugal.
Well, Mordred's Portugal, but I think they're still wondering if the AI's dug itself out of that hole.
I kind of doubt it. Let's have a look at the debt burden.
Mortar dove too greedily and too deep.
Actually, yeah, the Netherlands is out of debt.
Call it a mine.
A mine.
Portugal's not out of debt, but the Netherlands actually is.
What is the plan? Capture Russia and send them into the French mines? Well, Putin started this whole shebang, a couple years ago now at this point. There's no end in sight. Mostly, just peace overtures have been sent, but he refuses to deal.
Someone just asked, does the Romanian player have a border with the Russian enclave near Moldova?
Who's the Romanian player?
Romanian player's dead. He's in Rome now, but
that hasn't happened in the episodes on the channel, though.
That's true.
Oh,
The civilian government of Romania fled to Italy.
God damn it, who's shooting me? You have a ridiculous range.
Mom, shoot me.
There's one rocket launcher in Ualu, and I'm pretty sure they're hitting my ships from there.
What's going on? Where am I fighting right now? I'm fighting in the tundras of northern Sweden.
We need to reduce.
My plan right now is to try to lure the Russians into this really low supply area and cut them off and rinse and repeat.
All right, set my minister to increase revenue, and let's see how he does. Romania's debt. Yeah, that happened. There was a problem with involving Bulgaria and ISIS.
Bulgaria wasn't a problem. ISIS was the problem.
Bulgaria was a solution to a problem. Didn't really work out that well, though.
Then ISIS liberated Bulgaria from its Romanian oppressors.
Yeah, they did. They did. All right, so does anybody know how inflation works in this game? Because how would you go about influencing inflation in your economy?
Well, if you want to reduce it, then you want to increase your taxes, increase your domestic goods prices, things like that. So there's less money out there for people to spend.
Mm-hmm.
Don't build as much stuff.
It goes up, yeah. If you're building stuff, that's the main driver.
I would like to approval to issue a new bond series to increase our available treasury.
No, say no. It's a trick.
No.
Because if you say yes to
that's just taking out loans, isn't it?
Yes, but if you say yes to that, it unlocks further spending. And believe me, they will spend.
Oh, so
they will take out.
He just starts making it right.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Hey, Dad, can I have $10?" You're like, "Sure." And then he goes to over to your wallet and just takes everything.
Yeah, just like your checking account.
Maxes out your credit cards.
Oh. 5% inflation is not there, or unemployment. That's not that bad, right?
No. That's kind of that sweet spot where you want it is like that 4 or 5% mathematically, as I understand it. So.
Mm-hmm. Inflation's 3.2, unemployment's 5.1.
Yeah, my unemployment's a bit low at the moment. It's 2.6. Keep getting warnings.
I need people to fuck more so I can build more buildings.
Okay, that's
They need to produce more babies, or I need to lower the child labor laws. Who wants to trade with me? What flag will I learn about today? A trivia. I'd like to buy some food. That is something that we do make that in Poland.
Yes, cut off more Russians. You've now been trapped.
Wait, are you actually doing things?
Yeah.
Oh. I looked up at the coastline and I saw you still bombarding people. I was like, oh, that's all that's going on. I didn't realize there was actually some military maneuvers up farther north.
Yeah.
To Siberia!
That's nowhere near Siberia.
Well, that's where you're going.
That's so far away.
Yeah, the long way.
Yeah, but there's a lot of Russia to crawl through. And I have a thing for Siberia. Alright, can I just keep deforesting Poland and selling all of our trees? Increase family subsidies and health cares for more babies.
Meanwhile, environmental crisis in Poland.
Environment.
We didn't listen.
So, family subsidies and healthcare. So, go to healthcare, up that, and people will bang more.
Well, they'll die,
or at least
less.
have children that don't die as quickly.
They will,
but
die
that's
less.
expensive. That's healthcare is pricey.
Is geography a thing in the U.S.? Nope.
Is that like military studies? Where to attack next?
Our extent of military studies in the U.S. is the Americans rode to war on the back of a bald eagle and punched Hitler in the face in every war.
In every war.
In every war.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm willing to wager that many Americans don't know that Nazis weren't a thing in World War One.
Does that mean they think that Hitler's still a thing in like Afghanistan?
Probably.
Well, did you hear? There's Nazis everywhere today.
Yeah.
So I could build more consumer goods and start exporting that shit. I have the goods. Now that I have a hydroelectric plant, who needs the environment? Yeah, man versus nature, the road to victory.
Sounds like a chant from like the EU War.
Yes. Stockpile industrial goods so I don't have to buy those from the bastard Americans. Nonsense. Nazis are the cause of every war. Yup, according to Americans.
That or the
Then again, if you ask if you ask a lot of Americans, if you say right wing, you're talking about Nazis. If you say left wing, you're talking about communists, and there's no other choices. Things get pretty scary here when you're talking about politics.
Quite a few Russians on the way up right now.
Perfect. They'll die up here.
The four frozen forests. Was it tundra up there?
They'll die for 120 square kilometers of tundra.
Also getting bombarded on the road up. I imagine you just got artillery pieces sighted on the road. Every time a truck shows up, fire!
Oh, those are my ships.
Oh, Bob's not RDing them?
I have artillery
No,
up here.
Bob's
Oh,
here,
yeah.
no.
Portuguese doodling the doodle.
So my
Who wants
ships
to
are
trade?
definitely being... I don't appreciate that.
I mean, you are right next door to the town where the garrison can't reach you.
Oh, there is no garrison there anymore. We dealt with them.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that whole thing about not bombarding towns, I ignored it.
Portuguese war crimes.
Somebody in my chat just goes, America, the third world country that thinks it's first. What?
That's a pretty bold claim, given that we're guaranteeing world peace.
Yeah.
Not in this game.
Yeah. In this game, Trump is selling weapons to ISIS. So
I imagine the story might be
weapons from him right now.
The story might be a little different if we were playing with the spheres of influence system, but
Ooh, what's that?
I love it when the Russian helicopters come in. They're like, "Oh, what's that?" Bang, dead.
maybe we'll talk about it in the next episode.
Yep, and with that, that went by pretty quick. And with that, that's the end of the episode. If you enjoyed this, please leave a comment and rate the videos down below. Give it a thumbs up. If you really like this type of content and want to support the channels, please subscribe. And also check out the links down below, where there's probably going to be a Discord link and a Patreon link. So check those out. And we'll see you guys in the next episodes.
Goodbye.